I met a woman the other day who was also a man, a few men in fact, and her mother, and a prostitute, and a preacher, and a rasta taxi driver. You see, Debra Ehrhardt portrays over 20 different characters in her one-woman play, Jamaica Farewell. In the 90-ish minute performance, she fills an almost empty stage with life and personality. Her words and her feelings are painting a clear picture of her amazing journey from Jamaica to the proverbial land of milk and honey.
I don't think I've seen anything I've enjoyed as much in years.
A great stage presence, and it was a great Jamaican story.
Oh, we'll get to the story, but first we need to introduce you to the character that is Debra Ehrhardt.
The story is a little girl with a dream that just wants a better life, more opportunities, and that's it.
She's been performing Jamaica Farewell for quite a few years, so we were surprised to find that she was still nervous about how the audience would react.
I'm so grateful that people actually pay for a ticket, get in their car, get dressed to come and see my show. I've told the story over 500 times. These are people who have never seen the play.
This is the third time I'm seeing it, so you know I love it. She's a fabulous storyteller. It's better each time.
I must tell you, first of all, that the only thing that I can do, really, is tell a good story. In fact, by the time I was 10, I was telling stories in the mango tree and charging 5 cents if you want to hear my story, because I was that good, you know. My dad was an alcoholic and a drunk, and so we didn't have any money in my family for any kind of entertainment or nothing. So to keep my friends and to keep their interest, I had to, develop a skill. And Jamaicans, well, we don't have nothing, we can make something out of nothing, okay?
Debra has a genuine talent for creating something out of nothing. Her stage is an empty canvas, and the storytelling skills she honed as a child now help her fill it with color and life.
My set is very simple. I have a couple boxes and a couple chairs and a little podium. Sometimes I use a music stand because I want the people to use their imagination. My goal is to get them out of the seats and onto the stage with me.
I'm sure by now you agree, this lady knows how to be dramatic. But you're probably wondering, how good can this performance really be if there's only one person telling the story?
It's so funny because many Jamaicans, when they hear about Jamaica Farewell as a one-person show, their reaction is, me now go see a play with one person? How one person can do a play? Come to Jamaica Farewell and you'll see how one person can do a play.
I could actually feel all the emotions. I was going through all of them. I was scared when she was scared. I was like, what's going to happen?
When she was talking to her father before she left, she was actually crying. Saw her wipe her face. So that was very emotional.
I want to feel every single thing, and sadness and happiness and everything, all the emotions that you feel I need to feel all of them as an artist. I'm playing over 20 different characters, but with just a simple voice changes and body movements, and good dialogue and good description, people can see the entire show in their head.
She says her stories are 99% true, so she intimately knows each persona in the play. The audience agrees. It's as though she's possessed by the 1970s characters she brings to life.
She actually captured the personalities and the voices and the movements. It was incredible. You just believed you were looking at a man.
It's not me, it's the people that are in there driving all the characters, the people themselves, each one of them. That's who it's like they take over my body.
Let's get back to the story, which is actually one of hope. To quote Debra, though the same success does not await every deserving newcomer, it is the intoxicating hope that lures people across oceans.
It is the hope that you can get a better life that lures you to America. And because Caribbean people, I think, work so hard, we just know that if we just get there, let us just get there, and we're going to make something of ourselves.
The story of her escape from Michael Manley's Jamaica resonates with audience members from around the Caribbean who recall an era of political turmoil.
The Caribbean went through metamorphosis in the 70s, but everybody wanted to get out.
It was a tough time for everyone.
Politics was not the overriding theme of the play, but the grim conditions brought about by the socialist movement set the scene. Those who could fled the country. Those who could not made every attempt to. At home, young Debbie Ann was well loved by a stiflingly religious mother and a gambling alcoholic father. and so she yearned for a life filled with Disney characters and sweet green apples. Jamaica Farewell chronicles her high-stakes mission to leave the island she loved for a chance at the American dream. The response has been overwhelming.
I not only get feedback from Caribbean people who have their own stories about leaving Jamaica at that time, I get feedback from people from all other countries, India, Bangladesh, Vietnam, and they're telling me, my father was alcoholic, my father, they tell me, everybody from all over the world knows a character in Jamaica Farewell.
I think like all of us who are transplants here, you can relate to aspects of it that remind you of home.
The story with her dad, and it touched home with me because my dad was not a gambler but a drinker, and so I could feel for her.
When I was writing the play, my mother was very distressed. She was like, you know that Jamaicans don't air their dirty laundry? And I was like, Mom, I don't consider it dirty laundry. I think a lot of people in Jamaica keep too many skeletons in the closet. We're all basically all the same, really. No matter what part of the world you come from, when we share our stories with each other, we realize that there's nothing to hide.
For Debra, confidence means being brave enough to share her truth. Confidence means using that truth to create her own way.
I mean, people say to me, well, Debra, how does it feel, being a minority in this country? Who feels like a minority? When I graduated school in New York, they said I would never get a job with my Jamaican accent. And they told me, and when they're looking for a Jamaican, we're not going to hire you. I thought, well, here we go again. They're telling me I can't do something, so I'm going to have to figure out a way to prove them wrong.
Mission accomplished. To connect with the broadest audience possible, she presents her elaborate tales in plain English, but filled with Jamaican nuance. And the right people have taken notice.
Tom Hanks' wife, Rita Wilson, optioned the play, and she produced it. She had optioned the rights to the movie. So I'm in the process of writing the movie script, and I am also writing Jamaica Farewell Part 2. It's funny. The people sit in the theater for 90 minutes, and when the play's over, they go, that's it? I want to see more!
To find out where you can watch Debra Ehrhardt's one-woman play, visit JamaicaFarewellThePlay.com.